Hi everybody, today we're going to have a quick look at the new Volkswagen online configurator. So this is off the Volkswagen Vans website, so you can go into here, pick whichever particular vehicle you want off the commercial range, and it will let you build that particular vehicle to your specification, and then you can save it at the end as well and have a look at it from on there. So they've added some great new features to this now where you can do like your 360s etc, and you can get some really good views that surround it as well within the vehicles that's got from it as well. So this is kind of like your first point of call really. So you're thinking about quite like a California or a panel van or whatever the case might be, and drop onto Volkswagen Vans. So that's volkswagen-vans.co.uk. That's Volkswagen's main one, and within there they've got a configuration tool. So the first page that comes up lists all the vehicles. There's little like tabs of each one that are all crisp-green. So obviously we're going to look at today, just to give us an idea, we're going to go in and have a look at, say, the California 6.1, which is a nice easy one to do that's in there. So you basically just click choose, and that will then take you to the different levels which you can have. So we've got the ocean, the beach tour, and the camping version. They give you a very brief description of what the options are underneath from on there, where they start from pricing wise, and then you've got your 3 configuration buttons that's on there. So obviously then once you're on that screen, you just pick one you want to go for. So just for argument's sake today, we're going to pick the California Ocean that's in there. There's a little note which pops up that tells you about delivery times. We all know delivery times are way in the future for any vehicle pretty much at the moment, but there's a little note in there just to apologise basically for that and due to shortages etc. So you just exit out of there, and then the big section in front of you then is going to be the actual vehicle itself, and you can just press some buttons and it will flick it around and give you multiple views at the back, side and interior and wheels and things like this. You've got your 360 one. Next to the 361 is what it looks like from inside the vehicle, and you can move the cursor around. We'll show you what this looks like now in a little window that's on here, but this is quite nice. You can turn it around, look in the back of the vehicle, so it's like an internal 360. That's how I always do it, from a swivel perspective. That's in there, and then again you can go on to a full screen option as well within that. Really good this. Big move forward, as I said. Some of these options, if you've been looking at configurators for some of our other manufacturers like Audi for example, they've had this kind of thing in their configurator for quite a long time, and you will notice it is quite similar, which is great, but it just gives you a lot more options for looking at different things as well as you go along. And then right down in the bottom left hand section there's a bit that says configuration code, print and save. We'll come back to that section as we go along, and then all your options are going to be down on the right hand side. So the first lot of options on here are the engine sizes. So obviously we've got 3 different choices of engines that's in here, 2 different choices of engine and 1 with 4-wheel drive. And then at the bottom it just mentions about paint choice, so that's your next one, so you can click over to paint. And then on the paint section on the right hand side you can pick whichever colour you want. So if you change the colour, that will then, if you give it a second, will change the main picture in the middle of it, and this is what's really good now. And then you can move that around with you moving your cursor and look at it from all different angles to give you a good idea of what that actually looks like. So this is a big step forward for us in commercial vehicles. It's great, this website now. It's a lot more easier and friendly to use these and to build the vehicles up and show you what they look like. Next up is interior choice. Only one option for the interior at this point, so I'm just going to go next is wheels, and again that's wheels, so all your wheels, you've got a picture of them at the front so you know what they look like. If you change them, the main picture changes it to it. Now if it needs something else, so I've just picked for example Palmerston Alloy wheels that's in here, and then it's got 2 other options below that which you'd need to pick, and it's just making you aware that it's going to change the standard specification. So with those, for example, the main one is obviously you're not going to get a spare wheel, so you just apply those changes, and then that vehicle, then the picture will show you with that wheel on that's in there. So it's really very interactive, very easy to use, works on multiple platforms. You can change it as much as you like, and then you move on to your options page, and again with your options there's lots of things which are already pre-ticked, and you're just scrolling down your list. Anything which you see you want to add, you just click in. So let's pick something for example on here that we want to add. Let's add the chrome pack, And you'll then notice when we actually move on to the picture side of it again, is the chrome pack's now been added to your photo. So you can actually see that and see what it actually looks like and comes from on there. So again, you can add all these options on that you would want, come down to the bottom, and then once you've finished with all those options that's in there, you could click and go to summary, and that'll give you a summary of the whole picture and what you have in there. You're going to get a summary of the specification and the list price of what those are from on there. And then under there you've got things like request a quote, book a test drive, your finance calculator if you want to do that, you can download a brochure. And the very bottom one on there is configuration code, print and save. And that's probably the most important bit, because if you've done all that work and you decided what you want, you press configuration code, that will open up a box and it will give you a code. And that code is what you can then phone us and go, this is my configuration code, and with that code then that will auto-populate our systems with exactly what you've ordered or what you would like to order on that particular one. And then obviously we can come back to you and go, well, actually it needs this or that, or we need to amend something that's in there. And you can save it, which is a good one. So you can save it, give it a name, for example, and click save. So you've got your configuration then, it's then saved on that basis. And you can print it out. So that printout will give it all the options on the vehicle to start with, but it also lists all the standard features of the vehicle as well, so it's quite handy. And as I said, you can request all those things like request a quote from on there, book a test drive. The important things when you do that as well, just make careful that you pick the right van centre that you want to go to that's in there. I've shown you that on the ID Buzz section, so if I was to request a quote on here, it'll then take you to a separate page. Shows you all the places where you are, so you enter your postcode. So here at Wrexham, we put Wrexham down. If I was over in Liverpool, I'll put Liverpool down. It's going to bring up where your dealers are that you want to speak to. So once you've selected your van centre, they're just going to ask you a few more details about your marketing permissions and things like that, all the kind of stuff you get from everywhere, and then just send a quote request. So that then gets sent to the dealer. So as I said, the very first section of request a quote at the top, it says your selected van centre. Just make sure you've got that section right that's in there. And then obviously that van centre then is going to give you a ring. They're going to contact you via whichever means you've asked them to contact you by, whether that by your email or phone. That's in there, and obviously then take you through that process. So as I said, it's a good place to start that's on the website. Alternative, as always, come in and see us. The showrooms, we did a recent video on Liverpool, how we've changed the showroom around in there to make it more friendlier, I suppose is the way to do it. It's a bit more easy to walk around and sit and have a chat, get a nice cup of coffee. The coffee machines we have are particularly good. It's nice to see people come in and have a sit down, take you through the models as well. Because I'm a great believer in these things, especially on the campers as well, is you need to see these things in the flesh. You need to sit in them, and see how much space there is and things like that. It's a big, important decision that's in there as well. It's something that you're going to keep probably for quite some time as well. So these are things that just helps you along this journey for your next vehicle. So go check out the website, go and have a look at the configurator that's on there as well, have a play around with it. A bit of a challenge for you if you want to take part. If you've done a configuration code, we'd love to see what kind of things people are thinking about ordering and things like that. So if you want to pop them in the comments box below and just put the code in that's in there, what would you order if you were going to order one? That was in there, pop it in the comments box below and we can have a look and see what people are thinking it would be their kind of ideal specifications, whether that be, for example, on something like the California Ocean, or whether it would be a beach that you're looking at, or a Caddy California maybe, or Grand California. It's great for me because I get to see what people might be actually thinking, that's a good option, this isn't a good option as well, that's in there as well. Plus as well, if you see them in the comments box below, you might think and have a look and go, oh, I wonder what that person's thinking about they're going to order. So please by all means do that, put them in the comments box below, and we'll have a look at them as well as they come through and see what kind of configurations and things like that people are looking at as well. I hope you found that useful today. If you have, give us a thumbs up, give us a like. As always, if you don't subscribe, please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next time.